Imagine walking ashore as dark as midnight, a coastline painted not with the familiar gold of crushed shells, but with the deep, velvet black of cosmic dust. Here, each step you take is inked by ancient fire, a temporary mark on a landscape born from the planet's molten heart. These are black sand beaches, elemental battlegrounds, born in a cataclysmic instant where incandescent lava, flowing from the belly of a volcano, met the cold, unforgiving shock of the ocean. This violent meeting shattered the cooling basalt, a process of thermal shock that fractured the rock into countless fragments. Over millennia, these fragments were then relentlessly tumbled and ground down by the thunderous waves, polished by the sea's tireless hands into glittering obsidian grains. Beautiful, yes, but their stark, otherworldly appearance makes them more than just geological wonders. They are libraries of legend where the land still speaks in whispers and warnings. In Hawaii, at the famous Punalu'u beach, the sand is not merely sand. It is said to hold the very breath of Pele, the powerful and revered goddess of volcanoes and fire, she who creates and destroys land. The fine, dark grains are her essence, a physical manifestation of her power. Look closer, and you might find tiny glassy tears scattered among the grains. These are her emotions, cooled and captured by the sea, her joy, her fury, her love, each one hardened into a permanent memory. To walk here is to walk through her story. This reverence gives rise to a powerful kapu, a sacred prohibition. Travelers whisper that removing a single stone, no matter how small, is a deep insult to the goddess, inviting Pele's legendary mischief or outright wrath. The stories are countless. Engines fail inexplicably, carefully laid plans unravel into chaos, and a persistent string of bad luck follows the thief home. So potent is this belief that every year, Hawaii Volcanoes National Park receives hundreds of packages containing returned rocks, sent back with apologetic notes, hoping that only a mailed-back rock can calm the curse. Thousands of miles away, far to the north in Iceland, another black sand shore tells a different, but equally chilling tale. Here, Reynisfjara roars. It is a place of raw, untamed beauty and palpable danger. Guarding the shore are the Reynisdrangar, jagged basalt towers that claw at the sky. Legend claims they are not rock at all, but two trolls, caught by the first light of sunrise and turned to stone, frozen mid-heist as they tried to drag a three-masted ship ashore. Their petrified forms serve as a permanent warning. But the trolls are not the only threat here. Locals will tell you that the waves at Reynisfjara don't just break, they hunt. These are the infamous sneaker waves, deceptive and deadly. After a series of gentle laps, a wave black as ink will surge without warning, racing farther up the shore than any before it, pulling with an inescapable force. Folklore suggests it's not just physics at play. It's as if some old, hungry sea thing still wants the prize that the trolls could not take, and it will snatch anything that strays too close. In the nearby village of Vik, old fishermen once told of pale guardians, spectral figures seen pacing the sands at the edge of the fog. These weren't ghosts of the drowned, but benevolent spirits of the land, the Huldafolk or hidden people, who would appear to warn them away from the shore before a particularly bad tide or a coming storm. A warning to respect the ocean's deadly whims. This connection between volcanic fury and myth echoes across the globe. On the Greek Isle of Santorini, the black sands of Parissa and Perivolos are the direct legacy of the Minoan eruption, one of the largest volcanic events in human history. This cataclysm, which buried the advanced Minoan civilization on the island under layers of ash, is believed by many to be the origin of Plato's story of Atlantis, a cautionary tale of a great society swallowed by the sea. The black sand here is a tangible remnant of that world-changing disaster. In the Canary Islands, the Guanche, the aboriginal inhabitants, had their own legends. The black sands of Tenerife were seen as the domain of Guayota, the demon who lived inside the volcano Teide. When he erupted in fury, he would trap the sun god, Magic, plunging the world into darkness until the supreme god, Ashaman, intervened. The black sand is the aftermath of that divine struggle. In Japan, on the volcanic island of Izu Oshima, the black sand desert is a place of profound spiritual importance. The volcano, Mount Mahara, is revered as a powerful kami, or deity. But it also has a darker history, once known as a place for jukai, suicide, believed to be a gateway to the spirit world. The black sand here feels heavy with memory, a silent witness to both reverence and despair. Elsewhere, on lonely shores in the Caribbean, the dark sands host different kinds of apparitions. Here, the folklore is rich with spirits like the La Diablesse, a beautiful woman with a hidden cloven hoof, who lures unsuspecting men from the safety of the village path onto the dark, disorienting sands, where they become lost forever. On other shores, grief itself is stitched into the coastline, the lingering sorrow from shipwrecks and storms. Sailors tell tales of figures glimpsed between foam and fog, the ghosts of the drowned forever searching for the shore, their forms visible for only a heartbeat, then gone. But these places aren't just scenery for ghost stories. They are active sanctuaries, places of ritual and respect. In Bali, where the spiritual world is woven into the fabric of daily life, offerings of kanang sari greet the shore at first light. These intricate parcels are a gesture of balance. Flowers, rice, and incense are offered to appease the spirits of the sea, acknowledging their power while giving thanks for their bounty. It is a daily conversation with the ocean. In Aotearoa, New Zealand, the black iron-rich sands of the west coast are sacred. Here, karakia, incantations or prayers, are recited to honor Tangaroa, the great god of the sea. These are not just words, but a way of affirming the deep genealogical connection between the people, the land, and the ocean, asking for safe passage and acknowledging the life-giving and life-taking power of the water. These legends, from Pele's curse to the warnings of the Huldufolk, don't exist to scare people away from nature. They are ancient manuals for survival and sustainability. They teach respect for it. They remind us that the ocean is not a playground, but a powerful, living entity. They tell us not to take what isn't ours, to watch the tides, to listen to the wind, and to leave no trace. Stand on a black sand beach at sunset. As the light fades and the colors deepen, you can feel it. The world feels older. The boundary between the physical and the mythical feels thin. The wind, carrying the scent of salt and volcanic earth, tells stories you can almost understand. Every black sand beach has a voice, a story shaped by its unique geology and the culture that grew alongside it. If you've walked these shores, or if your own home holds a legend of the land and sea, share it in the comments below. Let's keep the voices of the coast alive, collecting these tales from around the world, so the next footstep that falls in the dark finds a path already lit by the wisdom of 1,000 tales.